So, those who may be wondering why, uh, I just stopped the stream and decided to record it. I just want people to see me in my full glory. You know? Because what's the fun if you can't even watch the character? Well, the character more like living God. You know, some people have debated whether I am a god. Well, actually, I'm still waiting on this Mesopotamian. I'm still waiting for this Mesopotamian new tablet to be discovered, of course, but also translated. Because it depicts me in all my glory. You see, then I was known as the Rock. Some might know that The Rock from popular media today has also taken inspiration from me. Now some might be wondering, Izzuli Bloodmoon, how were you even in Mesopotamia if you were born 3 years ago? Well, just stop yapping and I'll start gapping. Right? So, after I got out of college, what I majored in is time travel. It was this experimental new course. We were taught the principles of time travel. Now, of course, it was mostly just a theory class. But really, I found out the real truth. You see, if you put a blow dryer and into water, increase the amplification power. Now, Ian from Smash had it quite right long, long ago. But you see, he was missing a crucial step. What you had to do is you had to add lemon juice. Like, I can't even begin to describe the amount of just capabilities. And for those who are wondering why I'm yawning so much, well, I sleep maybe 3 seconds out of the day. I know I say I have to recharge, but really, I know it's like 30 minutes of recharging, or no, 16 hours. Yes, my memory's a little faulty after waking up. So really, it's like 16 hours, but it really feels like you just it's quite a spectacular thing. I wake up born from apples and pears. No, yes, to be honest, my favorite apple to put in the recharging, and really the most necessary, is a green apple, because it makes me as sour as I want to. Which, not that sour when you compare it to things like, citric acid, but it's pretty good. And pears? Oh, sorry. I've just been yawning so much. I think that really also has to do with the puppet I have. You see, the puppet I have is a professional yawner. Jovando Kalukis. Right? And I just took over his body. Yeah. Little puppeteer thing, like what I did with Edmund. Where is he? Where is that son of a gun? Where is the sober person. We can allow sobriety in this society. Searching. No one seems to be here by the name of Lefandi. This does not bode well. I don't like this one bit. Really, sobriety is not the thing we're looking for in this society. It's really the plague of everything. But anyway, why do I have such strong views on sobriety? Well, I'm glad you never asked. See, one day when I was fishing for some grade A hogs, quite how I am now, I just, I happened upon a sober fisherman who just started waving his fishing pole at me. Now, again, I know how that could be construed for euphemism, and no, he was not swinging his dibbly von dangly at me. Really, he was just waving his big bass pole right in front of my face. It was awful, it was horrifying, and I really didn't consent. So, just bashed him over the head with my cooler, left him there. Cops found him, apparently he was dead. Didn't know that. But inventory's full, come on. Ugh. I guess I better just not change to my gear. Yeah, this is the diarrhea pains. Ugh. Oh yeah, that's full. Bore. Time for death. I once had a bore problem. So, you're right. It was a couple of weeks after the, fishing incident where I just was walking in the woods. New woods, of course. The old one burned down. And I was just walking down a trail, happy little trail, full of drunk, wasted animals. The magic of, animals, really. We give them too little credit. But, I was just walking down the trail, and there is a boar. He's doing some weird things. He had 4 eyes and limbs that were as muscular as nothing. It was quite, I know it's a weird description, but the weird thing is, its limbs were like spindly little, like ditty arms, right? But the weird thing, I saw it go down as fast as a cheetah on some just deer. It was gone. The bones, I mean. The skin was still there. I'm not even sure it was a boar. It had red eyes. The eyes were red. But of course, when I told this to the cops, they arrested me for possession of shrooms. Really, it's their fault. You just take those. Ugh. Finally. Okay. You don't want my bag, sir. How dare you? Ugh. I guess it's okay You sure you don't have any rum? Yeah, cool. I'll make my home here. No, you don't even have any rum. Gosh dang it. Sorry, I'm just trying not to swear. It's just, I can't anymore. I've been physically unable to for 5 seconds. That's quite a problem. Ugh. All this. Wait, I turned in that quest? Ugh. I wanted to wait till it was done. Ooh. Trolls to kill? It's a weird thing, right? Because the trolls in this game have a very Jamaican voodoo culture. Yet apparently everyone hates them. Right? Like they apparently ruled the world at one point. But now they just don't, and people hate them. Because they're like, oh, we want our world back. Everyone else is like, yeah, cool, but we took it and we want to keep it. Which could be very much an allegory for most of the Americas. See, the troll represents the troll, and the Americas represents the Americas. It's a big brain allegory. They really need blizzards in World of Warcraft. Because I am very hungry. Because you know me, nothing tastes better than cold on cold. Ugh, here we go. Shimmer Ridge. I once saw a different type of title with that name on it. Yes. Pilfering. Another thing colonial Americans did. Now many of you might be wondering, and I'm certain you aren't, what nationality am I? Well, apparently there aren't any established nationalities for acorn children. But if you're wondering, oof, this is not good. Half health. Oof. Just getting knocked out of my buttocks. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. 3 trolls, 1 dwarf. Who are you? It's him. Just telling you how it is. Just gotta tell it how it is. Although I'm not sure about my spelling. I did flunk out of spelling 47 times, all in all, as far as my college years go. They just finally had to say, okay, out of here. Oh, look at that. Why did I do that? Just so the earth finally has more to be on its soil. It's really weird because apparently no one wants to die in the forest, which is really the best gift you could give to Mother Nature, especially if you're a human. But I was once banned from an entire forest, right? Because apparently you're not supposed to whiz on a person. See, I thought they were a tree, right? Because they were so tall and lanky, right? And apparently it was the park ranger. But the weird thing is, apparently I was on camera, and his wife was visiting that day. She started getting off to it. I was appalled. So finally, after watching the tape, and discussing with me the terms of his conditions, I was banned from that forest. He probably kept that smut for his wife. Ugh. There's nothing worse than being just looked at and at for something so vulgar. What is that glowy ball about them? Is that supposed to be lightning? Yes, my big mullet. Oof, boy. Move. Your legs work. I've never seen a World of Warcraft character that's in a wheelchair. Which is weird considering the prevalence of magic in this world. It's like, you're telling me that no wizard or spellcasting type could ever be in a wheelchair. It's weird. Which is really just a shame for those who are lame. And not that people whose legs don't work in any sort of capacity are lame. It's just, that's what you call them. It's called lameness. I don't know why, I just know it is. Yes. Tikis. There was this one time I was eating at a tiki bar. Of course, I had a date. It was a spruce tree. And, apparently you're not supposed to bring in spruce trees. So, the cook dumped a whole load of pineapples up on me. And I said, "Hey, motherfucker, I'm not a SpongeBob. Why don't you lay off the pineapples?" So I took a pineapple, bashed him in the head with it. Said, "Who lives in the pineapple under the sea?" Apparently the cops didn't think that was funny, even, no, pretty much. It's comedy. I'm pretty sure that was the weirdest, report that, the cops that in that city ever had to deal with. It was Hell, Michigan. The tiki bar. I think it closed down, 4 years ago? So then again, my memory's pretty fuzzy, so it could have been in Honolulu, Hawaii, and 70 years ago. Ugh. Yes, you just have to help your dying friends. Really, what is the consequence for death in this game? Seems to be none. Might as well just kill one more. Sounds like an AA saying for, serial killers and addiction. Alrighty, boys. Might as well just kill them. Kill them all. Make no witnesses so I can write the history. Of course, some of them will survive and say, "Hey, you killed some of our people, and you took our things. What the hell?" And I'll say, "Shut up." No, about. Ugh. Alright, time to make like a banana and get the hell out of here. Yeah, some people are saying you can't write good comedy. Right? But I think the show Batman from the 1960s starring Adam West is a pinnacle of comedy. First off, like, there's this famous line. You know, what's yellow and writes? A ballpoint banana. It's like pinnacle of comedy. Oh, gotta be careful. Don't want to wake Edmund. You know? He'd be very not okay if he found me back here. I've got a restraining order. Good thing no one believes the camera, 'cause I've paid it off. Yeah, I'm pretty big friend with a camera and his laptop. So he'll basically just, cover for me. As it always does. Ugh, time to get back, time to get some quests. And just run all. Whoa. Thought he was wearing gloves for a moment. I'm like, hey, no gloves. You just can't have them. It's just not allowed. Ugh, what is this? Collections? Gross. I don't need to see any more of myself than I already do. Even though I'm a pretty handsome dude. Like, this character is a direct representation of me. Hair and beard and all. Except mine's more of a flowing neck beard. It's pretty good. Types for some more drink. What am I drinking right now? I'm glad you never asked. See, I have a bundle of Code Red Mountain Dew, which I've spiked with margarita mix and acid. Though, apparently, I was not sold acid. I was just sold, a lethal dose of acetaminophen. And you can imagine my surprise the first time I tried this stuff out. It was awful. Of course, you can't poison me with acetaminophen. That's just not possible. Yes. And I don't think I'll ever tell you what is able to poison me, because there's only one thing. I gotta save mountaineers, but they just get out themselves. Ugh. Walk all the way there. It's not like you could give me a horse. Which is weird. You can't buy a horse in this game. It's not like, oh yeah, you have enough. Also, what is the currency? Seriously? You could buy food for so much gold. Really? And what food is really worth all that gold? It's food. It should be worth 12 gold at max. But no, it could be 22 gold. I'm thinking, get out of here, you elitist prick. Because really, why? Why is it there? You know? So, yes, last night, and the night before, what happened was I stubbed my toe. Yes, it was a pretty bad accident where I was running away from my trauma. Just kidding. See, I was running away from the cops, right? And they just assumed I was up to no good in the neighborhood because I was wearing a straight out Compton t-shirt. Ugh, absolutely horrible. Not the Compton t-shirt, I love that album. But they assumed it was no good, so I had to start running. Of course they slapped the cuffs on me, even though, I off because I happened to be white. Enough social commentary, but, Jesus, this frame rate is awful. Kinda how last night was. I'm just a really big fan of Mr. Ice-T, mainly for his work in the Special Victims Unit show. Because Mr. John Mulaney has it quite true. He just doesn't seem to get used to that job. Which is weird for someone who works in that division. And has been doing it for so long. What is this? I need something that's befitting of my title myself. Yes. Fury. Now, some might think, well, what's your Titan's grip? And I have to say, YouTube would censor the hell out of that. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Was I talking about my drink? Sorry, very forgetful of me. See, I am drinking Mountain Dew. Might have said something else, but I can't remember. But I'm drinking a Mountain Dew because it happens to be 5 in the morning and I've been up since 2. I had a very fitful sleep last night. It was right as it was after I fell asleep from in the jail cell, which I woke back here. Gotta love Hearthstones, am I right? And I woke up. I fell asleep. I had the weirdest dream. I dreamt I was editing. I was doing a podcast. I was doing so many episodes. And before I woke up, I started another episode. I woke up thinking, oh, I need to wake up. Something's happening to me outside. Which, thank God, I woke up in my bedroom. My bedroom. And, that I was not in the jail cell, because would that be a problem? Killing creatures. Wasn't they really challenged in by a person who did all the peaceful quests ever? Really, we've gotta praise him for his absolute stupidity. Because killing things is the only way to go. It's just the best part of it all. The trophies, the feeling as the life leaves their eyes, sucking in their final breath. But never humans, that would just be weird. And wrong, of course. Just has to be humanoid creatures or animals. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. SpongeBob, the yellow cunt under the sea. Really, SpongeBob is just the biggest big brain mastermind. There's no way he doesn't know that he's annoying the hell out of Squidward. No one's that dope. He's been doing it for years now. Ooh, some of the other inhabitants of the house are awake now. Gotta be careful, lest I be caught. That would be a very sticky situation. Of course, literally, because when I'm surprised, I emit a, very interesting substance. Not anything illegal or anything. It's just, a very sticky substance made of spiderweb. I eject it through my ear canals. So you don't want to surprise me from the side. You tried to steal my kill? You trying to steal my kill? That is what you get. Your rightful place. And my greeting. Really, there should be something that is such an insult, such a divine greeting, that it's just ambiguous unless you read tones. Oh, more people are waking up. Got to be careful. Gosh, get out of my way. It's not like you have anything in life or anything. You're bits of ones and zeros. That had to be one of my favorite episodes. Was just the episode with the campfire song. Because it showed the dangers of sea bears. I've been waiting for years for people to finally cover the danger that sea bears and sea rhinoceroses. It's like I had a friend, a trusted roommate, who went into the ocean only to be killed by a sea bear. And then he was resurrected him through black magic. And he was killed again by a sea rhinoceros. Like, imagine by horror, surprise, and luck for a good meal. It's like such an inconvenience, because then he didn't even clean up after the dishes. He never did. Alright, time to get out of this forsaken hole. Which could, in the context of this game, could be a very gross euphemism. Ugh. But get out of my way, boy. Back it up, here we go. Back it up, here we go. Yes, I write my own material. You? I'm like rice gum, except I actually write my material and claim to write my material. Some might call it a slight jab. I just think of it as the truth, because the truth hurts. Do I hate rice gum? Nope. I just don't like him. It's a very strong word. Ooh, gotta get out of here. Running away, running away, running away. Here we go, here we go. out my way. Kind of reminds me of the police chase last night. It took 3 men to finally get me down, and mostly because only one of them was able to tickle me behind the chin. To be honest, that's one of my only weaknesses. I'm so appalled that the cop found out. Apparently all he had to do was Google my name, and he found it. Who even knows that thing? Anyone who has to would have had to stalk me. And I have eyes that can see in 100 directions. All at once, but of course they still look like normal eyes. You know, like, what, you think I'm a weirdo? Finally, back to Cardos. Cardos. Back and back and back, and here we go. Where I'll end up, only I know. Sharp axe. How do you measure that kind of sharpness? Alright, I think that's good enough time to call it quits. Since people are starting to wake up, I gotta bolt.